All right, guys, you're welcome to today's class. As we approach the end of the Python basic class, today we'll be looking at modules and libraries. All right. So, Mr. Chas, how about you? Any challenge, any concern?
I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't want to say much on it. I just think I have to put more effort and create more time to practice and all that. I think that's basically on my end. That's basically on my end. Most of the challenges I'm having are personal for the now, not.
You just have to try. All right. You have to try. Consistency is what makes you good at programming, honestly. Consistency every day, even if it's 1 hour, 2 hours, you study every day, 2 hours every day, every day. You mustn't do everything but to just let something enter your head, touch something down. That just it.
Hello, guys. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good
Yeah, good
afternoon.
afternoon.
More.
Welcome. You're welcome. Um, I was asking about the challenges and concern. Do you have any, Mohammed? Have any challenge or concern?
Yeah, actually, I have some challenges, but my challenges is I can say it's with me because I haven't watched all the videos yet. But along the way, even today, I was trying to do some of the assignments, I was having some difficulties, but asking the group, so everyone tried to help. Apart from that, I don't have much challenges so far.
All right. About yes, I guess you've not replied to the message I dropped on the platform. I don't think
Me?
you have replied. Yes, but Charles, your full name, the way you want it on
Yeah,
certificate.
yeah, yeah. I did. I've sent mine already.
No, it's not. It's Papa Charles. I've not seen
Okay.
yours. I don't
Oh,
think.
I didn't. You don't. I didn't see the message. I don't know.
I dropped it. I dropped it yesterday night when I dropped the agenda for the meeting. But just try and drop it on the platform. All right. So okay, let's proceed. So working with modules and libraries, modules and libraries, or libraries and modules. You know, these two terms, they are kind of similar, but they are different. Libraries and module. You know, one thing that most people love about Python is that Python has a lot of libraries, a lot of modules. Very, very well. Now, you might want to ask, what are libraries? They are very, very useful in Python. Very, 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 very. I think that's one reason why Python became one of the most user-friendly or most loved language compared to other languages. It's one of the reasons because Python has a lot of inbuilt library that will help you. It makes your work easy. It reduces the code you write, everything. Right now, what are libraries? What is a library? A library in Python is a collection of pre-written codes that provide useful functions and module to help programming or help programmers perform a tasks like mathematical operations, data handling, visualization, instead of writing everything from scratch. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Libraries are, okay, uh, let me type it. A libraries, libraries Python is a collection pre-written code that performs I hit my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
What am I showing? All right.
It's still on the notebook.
Okay. I will be fast. All right. So library is in Python is a collection of pre-written codes that provides useful functions and modules to programmers to help programmers perform tasks like math operations, data handling, and visualization. Instead of writing everything from scratch, programmers can use libraries to save time and effort. That is what library means. For example, just like you have your normal conventional library, I will go and we get books to read, right? In schools, in church, they have libraries where we go and get books. So books, when we need them, we go there and get them, and then we drop them after using them. It saves us the cost of getting those books by ourselves. That's the same way library does in Python. It's kind of a pre-written code that has been written and stored somewhere that helps you in performing some tasks, specialized tasks. For example, we have we have a library called NumPy. We have a NumPy. Example of libraries. We have NumPy. We have Pandas. We have Matplotlib. We have Seaborn. We have Plotly. We have Flask. We have Fast API. All these are libraries. We have Django too. Django for web development. We have Django. We have Turtle, TK Inter. We have TK Inter. We have TK Inter. We have Streamlit. Name them. Python has a lot of libraries, a lot of them. And they all help us to perform a particular task. All right. For example, now you created a class. Library are like class that we did in our last class. I created a class called let's say call bank account, right? Yes, that could be a library that has a lot of functions and module inside. It's very, very big. It's not even, does not even have just five or three or four methods. It has a lot of methods inside, a lot of them, a lot of functions and module inside that helps us to create anything about bank at all, everything about bank accounts, anything at all. It helps us to do that. That's what libraries does. For instance, now I want to clean data. I want to clean a data set in Python. The library for that is called NumPy. pandas. These two libraries are used to clean data sets, mostly pandas. It's used to manipulate. The same thing you did in Excel. Everything you did in Excel, you cleaned everything, you replaced, you removed missing values, you changed date time, anything at all. When we did it in Excel, you can do the same thing too in Python using your pandas. That is what a library is. That is what a library is. Example of them, look at them here. NumPy, pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, plotly, flags. Plotly is used for visualization. Seaborn is the same thing. Matplotlib is the same thing. Flags is used for web server. A web server, like you're having a server on your system. You know what server now? Example, now I want to host we use server local, we use a flags as a local server when we build our web web applications. To test run our web application, we use flags. Fast API is like an API that we use also for to host our web applications. Django is a library that we use to develop websites. tkinter is a library used also to develop a desktop application. Like all this, you can use tkinter to develop a notepad for yourself, your desktop. tkinter is a GUI library. Streamlit. Streamlit is the library used for you to use. It's being used for also for web development, to host all these machine learning apps. Want to host them online, to deploy them, to deploy models and also other apps. Your projects that I'm giving you guys, as we've learned some of these concepts, that just either use Flask to host your project, because the project is more like a real life project that you do. You can even go advanced and incorporate your database into it using your SQL. Create a database that will back up your project. The project is a command line project, but it can also incorporate other functionalities to it. The next class we'll talk about that more. All right, that is basically what library is. Any question, guys? So I'll give you an example of our bookshelf in a library. We want to read books, we want to buy the books. Imagine me, my plan is to read like 10 books in a month, 10 books on business in a month. I don't have that much money on me. What will I do? I'll go to my state library and go and drop my ID card or anything. Then either I read the book there or I take it home. There's a place for that. You read the book there or you take it home. The same way. All right. Any question? Any question on that? Shall I proceed, guys?
Yeah, proceed, sir.
All right. Now we are going forward. What is Arida? Hope you are following.
Yes, I'm following. But
So-
if you have not gotten the panda and the matplot, it's mostly for
Gotten what? The matplot,
yeah.
the panda, this one.
Yeah, it's mostly used for what?
So we'll get there. NumPy is used for numerical computation, numerical analysis, to perform operations on numbers. We'll get there. Pandas
Okay.
is used for Python for data analysis. The same thing we do in Excel. Everything we did in Excel, in Power BI, we can do it. That's Excel rather. Do it in Power with Pandas. We clean data, manipulate data, create new columns, create new fields. We can do that using pandas. Pandas is called pandas for data analysis. Matplotlib is used to visualize our data. The same thing with seaborn and plotlib. These three libraries are used. They have a lot of modules and a lot of packages in them, functions in them that will help them achieve what they want to achieve. The same thing with Flask, Fast API, Django, Tkinter, and Streamlit. All these are libraries. In your library, you have the different books, and inside in the particular books now you have its own page inside. So these are different levels of libraries and module. And what is module? Let's proceed. What is module? A module in Python is the single file that contains Python code, such as your functions, libraries, or classes that can be reused in different programs. It is like a small part of a library. It's like a small part of a library. That is what your module is. Let me explain that. A module is a single file that contains Python codes, function, libraries, variables, or classes that can be used in different programs. It is like a small part of a library. Yes, where libraries is kind of a big kind of, it contains groups of libraries, contain groups of functions and modules, group of them, to help programmers perform tasks like mathematical operations, data handling, and data visualization. Now, when you say module is like a single file. So if a library is big, is more than 3 or 4 together, your module is like one. Now I will explain that. I told us now that we have library that contains various bookshelf. Now your module can be defined as that single bookshelf, a section or a bookshelf in the big library. That is what a module could be. Now, let us go down now. Imagine you have a book, a textbook. That textbook can be a library. Then the pages inside could be your module. So module is a collection. So a library is a what? A collection of module, similar module to that enables program to perform the same tasks. For example, now we have a module like called maths. I'm sure how to use them. We have maths as a module. We call it a maths module for mathematical calculations. Now, this module now has functions in it. It has absolute, it has addition, it has subtraction, it has summation. We have maths module, and we still have another module again. We have maths, we have maths, we have this other special one that I wanted to get. Okay. All right. We have maths, and we also have absolute too. We have math, we have absolutes, we have square roots. All right, we have maths, we have absolutes, we have square roots. And we also have mean, median. All right, we also have try and exception module. Exception module. So we have interface module. Interface module. Then we have other module. We have I think we have data module. The other ones module 2. All these are different modules. Try and exception or error handling. And we also have OS, what we call the OS module. We have the OS module, and we also have, yes, all this. Okay, this ones can be likened as function inside this math module. So we have math module, we have try and exception or error handling module, we have interface module, we have data module, and we have the OS module. Now, these modules are being used to perform specific tasks also. But what they have in them, the functions they have with them, they are not much. They could contain 2 or 3 functions. Like maths, this maths now, we have functions like absolutes, square root, mean, median, average, maximum, STD, variant. They are all math. They are all math module. Now, all those functions are what makes module. All those functions together now. Now let's particularize this. Let's import math module. Import maths. Let's import maths. Now this is how to import any module at all. Module or library, this is how to import them. You import them using your import statements. You can say import maths as empty. It's your choice. Then now, how can I access the function of a module? Access the functions or the variables of that module. How do I do that? Simply empty dot. Now let's press your shift and tab. You will get say this module provide access to mathematical function defined by C standard. It's a module. I see it now. This module provides access to the mathematical functions. Some modules you have to import them. Some modules don't import them. Now we have functions like maths. We're using this math like this. Now using the math as PH. Math dot. We have cosine. We have a cosh. We have a sine. We have arctan. So all these are functions. Even though they are much, they can be compared to the libraries. You want to check the sine of a particular angle, sine 60 degree is what? You can get it. Want to get the exponential of a particular value, you can get it. You can get a cos of a particular value, you can get it. You can get, let's say, cos 60. What is cos 60? Minus 0.95. This is the math module. The math module comprises of various functions. Various functions. These are the functions. Now, what makes this library now? If you imagine a similar module, a module that does what mathematics does, similar
I have a
module.
question
All right, go on, please.
before you move on. So, like, for if I like these libraries, they're inside this Jupyter and Visual Code. There's nothing else you are downloading apart from the inside. Like you just have to call them, like the way you are writing your own function, then you call it later. So that is what you are doing.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a very good
Because for
question.
me, I thought we will be downloading stuffs.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Very good question. Some libraries, I get me. For example, some libraries, see, I didn't say that yet. All these libraries now, they are to be downloaded. But because we're using Jupyter Notebook, Pandas, NumPy, Seaborn, and Plotly, these libraries, they come by default. So in Jupyter Notebook, they come by default. You don't have to import them, but you don't have to install them. But how do we install them? We install them using either you go to your bash. Hello, in your Anaconda, you have the Anaconda prompt. Can you recall? You have the Anaconda prompt there.
Yeah.
Who can recall? Anaconda prompt. Yes. When you open that prompt, you cannot install. Now let's do that now quickly. I open my own. Look at my own prompt is running. No. If I shut down my prompt now, okay, let me just shut down this prompt. Let me shut it down. Can you see this?
No.
Can you see this? Can you see this?
Can we see what, sir?
Can you see this?
Yes.
Can you see? Okay, this is my Anaconda prompt. So if I want to install those libraries, let me install this one. Let me install this. Okay. Let me shut down the notebook. Control C. Okay, let me. So now I want to install Streamlit. I'll do pip install Streamlit. But Streamlit does not operate. I don't think it will. It does not run on Jupyter Notebook. Some particular packages does not run on Jupyter Notebook. They are those ones. They are executable packet libraries. Like I told you in a few classes that you cannot launch. I told us now, Kawira, I told you very well that day. You cannot deploy your notebook file on production. I told you, right?
On?
I told us that day that you cannot push your notebook file for production. I told you, right? You cannot push it for production.
Yeah.
You only push your .py file to production. So let's see if this guy will work. Okay, this is how to install. This is how to install it. Pip install Streamlit. It will install. Now I'm installing it in my base. You can either install a library here. Why are we installing library? Because at times your IDE will not have the library you want to use. For example, now you open VS Code and we had to install an extension called Jupyter Notebook and Python this thing, right? For you to be able to run that notebook there, right? That's what we did now, right?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
All right. So the same thing too. I want to use a particular library, but my IDE might not have it. So I have to now install it. Now you can either install in your Anaconda prompt using pip install. You can either pip install the package name. Now let me install another one again. Let me install Flask. Pip install Flask. Let me see if this will work. Flask. Error could not find version that requires, okay, flags. Flags, okay, I didn't pronounce it well. Sorry, I didn't spell it well. Flags, okay. Now, I want to install flags. You see, is it already certified? So it came with it already. It has flags already. Which one again? Django. Let me see. Django, if it will work. You see, I want to install this guy. It's not big, okay? It's not big. 8 MB. This is how to install a particular libraries. Because at times you want to do some some code, like even in machine learning itself, you have to install some machine learning libraries like SGBoost, like CatBoost, like GMB Boost, all those ones. You have to install them because they didn't come with your
Excuse me,
Jupyter notebook.
sir.
All right.
There's
Go on.
something I'm not understanding. You see, for you have already downloaded. Okay, on our side, will you go to Anaconda, then from there you'll find these libraries, or how will you go about it?
No, I just told you now that these libraries can be installed in 2 ways. One, through your Anaconda prompts. You go to your menu, your menu bar, you see, you type Anaconda prompt. Look at it here. Anaconda prompt. After you type Anaconda prompt, then you will now look at the prompt here. It's giving you prompt. You now tap enter. You see this. You see your prompt. You see the. Now, are you with your PC there? Is it on? It's on, right?
I don't have the Anaconda. Yeah, I have. I'm not there
You
in
don't
the
have
account. Let me.
you don't have Anaconda. Who told you that
I
Anaconda?
have,
Didn't you install
like,
it?
I've not opened it. I'm opening
Okay.
it.
Okay, if you open it now, you go to Anaconda prompt.
I'm
Open the
already
prompt.
there.
Okay, click on it.
It's opening. Can I share my screen?
Very well. Share your screen.
Mr. Promise.
Yes.
But basically, this installing you're doing now comes just for the Jupyter Notebook, right? It comes to the Jupyter Notebook.
Yes, it comes to Jupyter Notebook. It doesn't go to PyCharm.
Okay,
PyCharm,
but
you can still go and you have to still go to your terminal. Click terminal. You see, I think you guys can locate terminal in your PyCharm, right? Click on the terminal. It is below towards the left. If you go down, you see
but
that I showed you guys that day. You now
what
type yes. Now, Karina, you now type pip install, pip install, pip space install. Then the package you want to install, you put the name there, pip install space. Now go space it. Just say you want to install the Django. Want to design web development now in your Python. Want to design web development now. What we do now? Just do install the Django, big D, the Django, big D, Django, big D, Django, big D, big D. I don't know if that one work that way, but I'm not trying small D. Sha. If I don't know if small D will work. I don't know. Or do your big D, the Django. You tap enter. You install the file. The library now is being installed in your Jupyter notebook. If you go to your PyCharm. Now let's go to PyCharm. So I will show you how to do that in PyCharm also. After you are done, I will show you. Okay, this is this. So now let me show you how to install it in your Jupyter notebook environment. Now let me stop share. Let me open my Jupyter again and show you how to do that.
So download automatically. There's nothing else I'll do to make it start working.
Nothing. As soon as you are done doing that, you can close your prompts, then open your Jupyter notebook. You can just type Jupyter notebook there. You can type your Jupyter notebook and open it. Hope you understand. You understand?
Let me see if the Jupyter is opening. I'm opening it. Let me see, I'll tell you. Something else, as Mr. Charles is asking. So, like, this thing, like, you only have to, in visual code, like the visual, do you have to install it, or it, as long as you have the Jupyter notebook, it has the Panda and the 5 of them that you are saying they come in built?
The ones that came in built, just use them. I'm going
No,
your
I'm
way.
asking, you have taught that Python, visual code, and Jupyter. So in this case, you are saying Jupyter comes installed with the 5 of them. What about now Visual Studio, because it also supports Jupyter? Are they there?
No, in Visual Studio, as long as you
Yes.
already imported you already installed your Jupyter extension. Remember, for you to run Jupyter Notebook in your VS Code, you must what? Install Jupyter extension, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you have installed that extension, any package that Jupyter Notebook came with, you will to run without you installing it again in your VS Code, like your NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn, and Plotly. These packages came by default to Jupyter Notebook. So as long as you have already installed that extension in your VS Code, automatically it goes with it. You can use them. But the ones that you have to go and install, manually is that Flask, Fast API, Django, Tkinter, Streamlit. You have to go to the same way you did that, the same way you installed, the Jupyter extension, the same way you also go and install these other files then, these ones. Understood? All right, let me show you how to install them here. You will install them here using the word IP, which is this on top one. You know this sign now. This is the exclamation sign. IP, call it IP install. IP install Flask. You want to install anything, just like this. It will install on top your Jupyter notebook. If you want to install it in your Anaconda prompt, you remove this this exclamation mark here, and just call your pip install Flask to install any package whatsoever. At times, I've used to install package of up to
Sorry,
900 MB.
sorry for cutting you, sir. Sorry for cutting you, sir. I didn't get what you just said, sir. What you just did. This
Okay.
exclamation pip install Flask. I didn't get it, sir.
Okay. I told you that, I said that we install libraries in 2 ways in Jupyter Notebook. One, using the Anaconda prompt. We just opened now. Now in Anaconda prompt, what we just did, we just type pip install the library name. But in your Jupyter environment, now if you want to install directly from here, what you will do, you just type we call it pip install. It's like your exclamation mark pip install Flask. That is what differentiates it. But you might try it like this, so it might still work. It works. They've updated this Jupyter. Before now, this code will not run here without the I. That is your exclamation mark. So now, if either you can run it here or you run it on your Anaconda notebook, Anaconda prompt rather, then you still have to restart your kernel. You now have to restart the kernel for the library you installed now to load in the kernel. Is it clear now? Is it clear, guys? Is it clear?
For me, it's clear, yeah.
All right. Now, okay, go on.
But on our side, I don't think we'll be requiring to install because, like you're saying, whatever you require for data analysis, maybe it's already installed.
Yes, it's installed. But as you advance, as you advance in this field, there are libraries that you might want to use. Are you getting me? You might want to use, but those libraries are not there. You now have to install them. Like when I was learning Python, when I was learning machine learning, when I was now using some libraries, I got to a point where some libraries are not in different, and I have to install them, like LG Boost, LightGM Boost, all those libraries. They are top libraries that you need to install. They didn't come with Jupyter Notebook like this one's here now. So if in the future you want to now start learning how to design websites now, or running on building a web app that will be using your Flag server and database. We have database like we have a SQLite too. SQLite is a library. That SQLite is used to access library, Microsoft servers, SQL servers. Then those libraries, if in the future you want to use those things now, you now have to start installing those libraries now by yourself because you want to use them. You're not advanced. But for this level, I don't think any other library you install. You just be importing them like this. Import them like your NumPy. Now, you want to use NumPy now. You have to what? You have to just import NumPy as MP. Import pandas as PD. Know what is MP? What is as? Just like an alias. I believe we did SQL when we did our aggregate function. Aggregate count the column name. You now put as total sales or any of them. So as like an alias, so that we will not be writing pandas and NumPy every time. So this is how we import libraries or module. Now you can create your own class.
I have a question.
All right, go on, please.
Import pandas PD. You have to note the abbreviation. Now, if I want, for example, to import matplot, what will I write? Do you have to know those things? Can I just not say import panda?
This is an alias. You know what is alias? You did alias in SQL, right?
Yeah, it's the short form of something, but I'm wondering how it's helping us here. You've already told it to import panda.
It's not a must. You want to import pandas is your own, so that whenever you are, it will be kind of long for you. Example now, we use this. We use what we call, I want to create a data frame. Data frame, know what a data frame is? It like a table that contains rows and columns. We use pandas. Pandas. Look, let me see. Data frame is equals to pandas dot data frame. Anything you want to do, anything you do about a table or data set, you must call this word pandas. And you don't want to be typing pandas always by yourself. You just want to be typing what? Just PD.
Okay.
And mind you, this PD is not a must. You can call it KA, KW, KG, glory as is your choice. This can be anything. It can be NY, it can be CD, it can be SP, anything you want to call. This is like an alias, a short form. But in Python, there's always the word a convention what programmers use, so that anywhere you see like this PD is called pandas, NumPy, MP is called NumPy, matplotlib is called PLT or MPL, like a convention we use for something. All right, is it clear now?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Now this same thing we did here, you can still do it in your PyCharm. Now quickly, let me just show you That's your PyCharm. Let me just show you quickly, so we don't waste time. We have other things to cover too. All right, this is my PyCharm environment. Let me share my screen so you see it. Yeah, this is my PyCharm now. Now I want to also install libraries too. I go to my terminal. Terminal is here. I click it. I see in the mouse. This is my terminal. I click terminal. It will not open. Now, PyCharm. I told us that PyCharm works on environment. Every project has its own unique environment, right? So now the same thing you did here, pip install Streamlit. Let me just say pip install Django, because Streamlit is very, I think this, you now run it. It will install here also. Install. Pip install again. Which one again? Let me just say Streamlit. So I will install. This is how I install in what? PyCharm. But in VS Code, we just go there and type it. The way we type, you cannot do over there. Opika is not about that one, right? That one is not difficult. Huh?
Pardon?
Opika is not about that. Now you can install any package in VS Code, right? That's not an issue now. Okay, that one is very understandable.
From the extensions, but
exactly. That's it. That's it. Now that's that for module and libraries. Now, what are the difference? Like I said, what are the difference? Someone help us.
the difference between module and library.
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to ask the question, but from my understanding, I just feel that from my understanding, I feel that the module is a subset of the libraries. My working thought that is just a small collections of a particular type of code, basically. Why library is a kind of a bigger chunk of code. That is from my own understanding. I don't know if I'm wrong or right.
Arida, can you say anything on that?
I have the same idea that the one is a subset of the other.
Okay. Mohammed, how about you? Okay. Yeah, bigger. That's just it though. The library contains, you can say a module contains functions or definitions now, functions and what? Variables, right? Or class. While library contains that module there. Like what we said, is a subset of that modules and functions. All right. So another one again is.
So, sorry, sir. Yeah. Can we say that based on that? Can we say that maybe when we, so to say, install or download a library, it comes with the models in it?
Exactly. And at times, some modules are not necessarily don't really install modules, but every library has their own module that when you store libraries, they have their own module. Of course, they have their own modules. Are you getting me?
Yes.
That's just basically what it is. Modules are smaller, while libraries are big. That's basically what they are. I believe if you guys now know what is libraries and module, but at times we use them interchangeably. At times, so don't mind us. At times we use them interchangeably. Libraries and modules, they are different things. Modules are small, libraries are big. Library contains different types of module. Give us an example here, where we have our exercise book. Our exercise book has, our textbook has various pages. Those pages, they are what? Your modules. Module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, or chapters. Let's say chapters. Chapter 1, they are all modules. And the book itself is a library. Then if you go to your book, your library, your state library or school library or even church library, that's the library inside. Then it has module in it where I have shelf. Those shelf have different books, their module in that library. So that's just basically what library means in Python. All right. So we've understood the difference between good. We've understood the difference and we cannot differentiate it. All right. So what next? Now, what is NumPy? We are giving you the introductory part of NumPy. What is NumPy? NumPy is a Python library used for handling numerical and mathematical operations. That is what NumPy is. Efficiently, especially with arrays and matrices. That's what your NumPy is. Now I will explain. You know, we learned list, right? We learned list now.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
we learned
Yes.
list?
Yes.
All right. Now, your NumPy is like your list, but it is called an array, not list again. NumPy array. Now, you know why NumPy is very, very useful and very, very preferable when working with numerical values. You know why? Because it helps you to perform numerical operations with ease. With ease. You can add two different arrays. It will give you a value. For example, now I want to add, for example, something like this. Let me give an example of what I meant by that. Excuse me. All right. For example, now I have a. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Charging. All right. So, for example, now I have something like this. I have salary, or let's say I have monthly salary. Now, I said NumPy is a Python library used for handling numerical and mathematical operations. efficiently, especially with arrays and matrices. Now, I told us that these different libraries have their function. Now, this is a function of, this is what we use NumPy for. It is used numerical and mathematical operations efficiently, especially with arrays and matrices. For example, now, what I mean by efficiently, it makes you, it helps you to do those operations well, accurately, and easily. Now we have a list that contains the salary of my salary for the 6 months, or less for 3 months. All right. The first, okay, three quarter, first quarter 150, second quarter it was increased to 250, third quarter 350. Now this is my salary now. All right. Now I have expenses for the first quarter. Now I have expenses now for the first quarter. This is my salary and expenses alongside. For the first quarter, I spent 100. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, sir.
I've not heard Mohammed voice since. Mohammed, are you there, Mohammed? Are you there? I've not heard your voice since. Are you there? Mohammed, is he there?
Sorry. Hello. Yeah, I'm here. I didn't hear you calling me.
All right. Hope you are with us.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with the class. I'm here.
All right. Okay. So, for example, now I have my monthly salary. I have my expenses, which is I spent 100 USD. I spent 180, and I spent 220. Now, then how much? This is my balance, right? Guys, this is my balance, right? Now, by rights, if I do monthly salary minus expenses, guys, what would it be my answer? It will be 150 minus 100, right? 250 minus 100, right? 180, right? 250 minus 220. Is it not so, guys?
Ideally, yes.
That should be my answer, right? That should be my answer, right? But that is not the case. Now let's run this. Balance. Let's run this. This is list. Now, what are we seeing? Monthly salary minus expenses. Unsupported operand type for this list and lists. Now, let's see plus. Let's try plus. This is showing us that this operator is not supported, or this operator is not supported on these two operands. That's list and list. It is not supported. Now let's type addition. Let's see. Now look at what addition does. What did they do? It concatenated this list and this list. That is not what we wanted initially. We wanted it to give us the balance, right? This month of this quarter, I had 150, I spent $100. I'm going to have like 50 balance, right? Same thing, 250 minus 180. I need to have a $70 balance. Same thing here, 30 balance. That is what I ought to have. But here, it's giving me what? Concatenation for plus, and telling me that I cannot perform subtraction. That is where NumPy comes in. Where NumPy comes in. NumPy is called numerical Python. NumPy is called numerical Python. Okay, it's called numerical Python. So I don't know how to install this. We install it, we import it using import NumPy. Then as anything, you know, want to limit or put your name or anything at all is your choice. But NumPy is always, you always use MP as NumPy. Then you run. Now I need to create an array for this value. Create an array for this value. Then do the mathematical operation. Because Python list does not allow mathematical operation on lists. It's not obtainable. This thing can be achieved now using a for loop. Can achieve this thing now I want to do now using a for loop. Yeah, we now tell the loop the way we did our table. You know, we did the multiplication table now. That time we did for loop. I can achieve this using for loop. Achieve this thing, yes. I can achieve that using for loop. But now I want to add or subtract. So list does not allow that. That's why we call we now have what we call NumPy array. It enables you to perform mathematical or numerical operations. Now we call our what? Monthly salary 1 is equal to, now NumPy array, you create it by using mp.array. I want to create an array. I use mp.array. I now have to now type this inside. Create an array. I copy this. I paste it here. Now I've created my first array, which is called monthly salary 1. I go down again. The same thing too. Expenses 1. Let's say this one is 2. This one is 2. Equal to mp.array. I have to copy this and paste it here. Now, the balance now will now be equal to what? Monthly salary 2 minus expenses 2. All right, now if I run this now, I won't get error. I will get 150 minus 100, 250 minus 150, 180, 250 minus 220. Now, a new array will be created called balance 2 with the answer. Let's see it now. Look at it now. A new array. So this particular NumPy helps you to perform numerical operations efficiently, easily with array and matrices. So in our advanced Python, we learn more of array. We have what we call array dimensions. This array is called one-dimensional array. We have two-dimensional array, three-dimensional array, four-dimensional array. All for what? To help us to perform numerical operation, because we need that knowledge for your data analysis. You will enter pandas. All right. Why is it important? It's important because it helps with large numbers and calculation. Why is it important? It's important It helps with large numbers.
So I want to ask, the square bracket inside the bracket, is it necessary? Is it a must?
Yes, the syntax. Yes, this is a must. It's a must. It's a must. You can't just put this will not. This will give you a syntax error. NumPy is a list inside an array. It's a list. You must put that. Look now, it's not run. they will tell you that array takes from 1 to 2 arguments, but you're giving it 3. This is what it should be, not just that alone. All right. Are you clear?
Yes, clear.
Number 1. Number 2, the useful for scientific computing and analysis and data analysis. So you will learn more of NumPy in our advanced Python class. That is, you're not applying what we learned in basic. Now, note, the basic we learned, this is we learned now, you can apply it to any branch of Python. This is the basic. Any branch of Python. This 1 month now, you're doing basic now. Then you want to apply it to Python for data analysis. Where we will now learn NumPy and Pandas, Matplotlib and Seaborn and Plotly. Those are packages for your Python for data analysis. Because Python is very broad, very large. It has various branches. All right, that's basically what NumPy is all about. Any question, guys? It helps you to perform big calculations, large numbers and calculations, scientific computing, and data analysis. That's what NumPy is. Any question? Can we have any question from you?
No.
No question, right?
Yeah, no.
All right. Mohammed, how about you?
No question for now.
All right. Now, if I ask you what is NumPy, what will you say now? In your own understanding, what is NumPy? Hello?
A library that is used for calculations and numbers.
Numerical, yes, numerical operations and mathematical operation. That's basically what it is. All right. Now, what is Pandas? You know, Pandas is a Python library used for organizing, analyzing, and manipulating data in tables like Excel. It helps to store and retrieve large amount of information easily. When you mean large, millions of rows, hundreds of millions of rows, Pandas can handle them. But you know that Excel cannot handle large data sets. Hope you know that.
Yeah.
Hope you know that. You know that.
Yes.
Who knows the maximum amount of rows that Excel can handle? Who knows?
1 million.
1 million. Are you sure?
It's 1 million plus anyway, but approximately it's 1 million plus. If you are approximating it, you can say 1 million.
Okay, at least you know about that. But Python does not have any restriction or limitation. No. Python can
No,
Pandas
Excel can
rather.
handle large data.
He said
Excel can handle, okay, it has a limitation, but when you, what is it called? There's this at the anti-in, what is it called? Power Pivot. They can handle more than the normal Excel, but the problem is
Power Query.
no, not Power Query, not this one for cleaning. Power Pivot.
Power Pivot can handle more too.
Yeah, can handle more than the normal Excel, but the issue is it makes the laptop to hang. That's the only issue. Actually, it can handle even those mini, but it emits it causes slowness in the machine. At times even hanging up, shutting down. So it's just a bother.
Exactly. So it has limitation, just like it has limitation. But you see your pandas. As long as the file can enter your system, it can open in pandas. I will do that by doing this. Import what? Pandas as PD. Now pandas, like I said, it helps to organize and analyze large amount of data. It makes it easy to sort and filter information. That is kind of the importance. Let's say it is importance number one. What did I press now? Okay, sorry. Pandas, it helps to organize and analyze large amounts of data. All right. Secondly, also it makes it easy to sort and filter information. That is what Pandas does. All right, the way we import our Excel files, you can also do that in Pandas. In Pandas, you can create your own data frame. There's a ways of creating a Pandas is Python library used for organizing, storing, analyzing data, manipulating data in tables. Like it helps to store, retrieve large amount of information easily. Pandas has its own data structure. Pandas has its own data structure. They call it data frame and series. What is series? Series can be a single dimension of data or values. Pandas has series, Pandas data structure. All this is what we learn in advanced concepts. Data structure. We have series. We have series. And we have data frame. What is series? I say series is like a one-dimensional value. An array is a series in Pandas. Array. Now we have an array called monthly salary, right? Now let's convert that monthly salary, this one, to a series. We do that using, let's say, series one. Series one is equals to pd.series. Now you see why we are using PD always, because you can't be typing Pandas always. Put your monthly salary here. Monthly salary. Monthly salary 1. 2. Now if you run this now, a PD will not run this. Now this is telling you that PD is not defined. We have not run this code. You run it, then come down and create this. Now, our series 1 now. You see this one now is, see what series is. Now, see that this value now is now a Pandas series. This is a Pandas series. All right. Now, this is our series 1. This is a panda series. Now, let's get another series again. Series 2 is equals to PD dot series. Just follow me as I'm going. Expenses 2. This is series 2. I get this. Now, the Panda series is like a one dimension of array, either column or rows. This is our first item, 150, 250, 250. This is our first this is our first series. Now, what is data frame? Now, data frame is a collection of series into rows and columns. Into rows and columns. That is what your distance is. It's a collection of series into rows and columns. Now, these two series can make a single data frame for you. This single series can make a single data frame for you. Now we are having series 1 and series 2. Now let's see if you can concatenate the series. Let's see if you can join the series. Series 3 is equals to series 1 plus series 2. Let's see something. Concatenation. Series. Let's see. Series 2, series 1. Okay, series 1. Let's see. Now, series 3. Okay. Okay, what happened here? Just this is operation. It's not concatenated. Now, I want to concatenate them together and create a data frame. How can I do that? Okay, now, what is data frame? Data frame is just like our Excel table is a data frame. We can create by ourselves, or we can also import on our own. Now, this is series. These are series, kind of values. You know, these are first month, second month, and third month. The same thing, first month, second month, and third month. Now, let's create a data frame that has monthly salary to and expenses as a different columns. We use what? DF. We use DF or data, a variable. Variable is equal to, let's say, data frame 1. Data frame 1 is equals to PD dot data frame. You call it apply your series 1 here. Your curly brace. You supply your first value, which is what? Monthly salary. Put your series 1 here. Series 1, comma. Expenses. Expenses, right? Put your value there, expenses 2. Sorry, expenses. Okay, let's just say, yeah, expenses is series 2, right? Right? I'm sure now. Are you correct? This is your expenses now. Series 2. Okay. Or you can still use the array itself. You can use the array itself if you chose to. If you run this, it will give you a data frame. a table. It gives you this. This is the table in pandas. If you like, you can import your Excel file
Excuse
or
me.
your CSV file. Go on, go on, go on.
So in short, data frame is for creating tables.
Yes, look, that is it. Creating
And you can use
tables.
it in NumPy or in this Panda.
It's pandas now, not MP. It's pandas. MP is an array. Just MP is array. We can use array to create data frame also. That's what we just did. Yeah, we just use series. We use these two series, series 1 and series 2, to create the data frame, which is the month and the expenses. You can still add the balance here. If you chose to add balance, you can still add your balance there, comma, add your balance. You can add your balance here if you chose to. And what is your balance in your this thing? Balance is what? Balance is called balance 2, right? Balance 2. You run it. What is showing up? Okay, this guy. What's the problem? Okay. Okay, sorry. I didn't close this. Look at it now. I have my balance here now. This is it. So there is more to pandas. More to pandas. And it's all in the advanced concept. That is where it gets interesting when you start analyzing data using pandas.
What is the
Right?
rationale? What's the reason,
Yeah?
the rationale for using the curly bracket here?
Okay, that's the syntax. This curly bracket now, your when creating your data, okay, there are various ways of creating data frame. This is called the dictionary type method, where you specify the columns and the values. Columns and values. List now. List is key and value, key and value, key and value. Here, your key now is the column name. Your values are the rows. Key, rows, key, rows. That's the reason for that. Are you clear now?
You're using the dictionary method to create keys and values, keys and values.
Exactly, to create data frame. Dictionary method.
In essence,
They have other methods. You said?
in essence, we can still use the list. Can we use the list method to create tables in data frames? In Pandas, sorry.
List, yes, you can use this method. They have, yes, you can use this method. You can use this method. They have you can even use tuple self to create. I use tuple to create too. You can use list, you can use tuple. But all these ones that they are concepts in the advanced Python. You learn those ones there. I'm just giving you an introduction of what pandas is. All right. Another question. So move ahead to
I'm asking, like, the way normally the arrays for the NumPy, then this series, whenever you want to write something in Panda, you have to use that series. Is it a syntax or it's what?
Which one is that? Which one is this one?
Series.
Which one?
Series.
Okay, series. No, it's just a variable now. Okay, this one. Okay, this one here.
Yeah.
Yes, series is how to create a series in pandas. Why data frame? How to create the data frame in pandas? That's the difference. You must use your series.
I'm asking,
the data frame. Yes, it's a must.
is series inbuilt like the way array is inbuilt?
Yes, exactly. It's inbuilt. And it's big X. It's big X. The way you see NumPy array here, NumPy array. Yes, series, pandas, inbuilt. That's the library. Are you getting me now?
Yeah.
All right. So, any other question? Any other question? All right. We are going to next topic, which is matplotlib. Okay. This is just a concept. This one is not even complicated. It's not even difficult to understand. It's just all right. Matplotlib. What is matplotlib? Matplotlib is a Python library used for creating graphs, charts, and visualization to understand data better. You know, we did plotting of chart and graph in Excel and Power BI, right? I believe we know the concepts. We know how to plot charts in Power BI, in Excel. I believe we know that. Of course, now we know them now because
Yeah.
we all passed through that class, those classes. So we know those stuffs. Now, Matplotlib is just a library that's similar to that. It's help us to create charts and visualize our data when doing data analysis. It also has its own methods, his own ways. It's a library, so you must import the library before you start using the different ways of creating those graphs or charts in them. For example, now the way we imported our NumPy as NP. I want to import your matplotlib. Now let's import it. Import matplotlib. Now matplotlib alone is a library that helps you to perform graphs and charts and visualization. But there's a particular module in matplotlib that we use particularly, and it's called pyplot. So we import matplotlib.pyplot. This is a particular module. You know, libraries are set of module, right? They are what? They are a set of modules that are interrelated and can be used to perform a particular task. That is what we call library. So now we have a particular module called pyplot that helps us to visualize a graph or chart. We have another module that helps us to design the colors. Other modules, but this particular one is one we use mostly in matplotlib. Now, let us plot a graph of monthly salary. Let's plot a bar chart of monthly salary, and let's just say a line chart between scatter plot. Let's use scatter plot between monthly salary and expenses. Let's check how if the chart is going up or coming down, how it looks like. Now, import matplotlib.pyplot as, you can choose to call it anything you like, but there's a convention we use here. We call it PLT. That's plots. So when you import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, so anything you're doing now, you're doing it from PLT. Now I run this. Now I want to plot a scatter plot between let's just say I want to plot a line plot between monthly salary and expenses to see if how the trend is, if it's going up or coming down. Let's plot that now. We use a function called line plot in matplotlib. plt dot plt dot plots. We use plt dot plot for that. We have other libraries, other function modules, function rather. You have the bar plot, you have the bar chart, you have the scatter, you have the histogram, you have the name them, you have the pie chart, you have the box plot, the same way you have in your Excel and Power BI, same way you have here. All right. So now plt dot plot, you now call it X. What will be your X axis? Let's say the monthly salary will be X axis. This guy will not. This guy will it will 250 and 250 the same line. Let's see. Okay, let's assume that this particular. Okay, let's add new columns. Call new one. Let's add new column called month name. Right? Know what you are doing. Month name or month. Let's say month. All right. Now let's say quarter. Let's use quarters. Now let's use a list for this one. Let's use a list for this one. You have a list which is quarter one. This is quarter one. This is quarter two. This is quarter three. All right. Let me run this now. Okay, I have a new column here. Quarter. Now let's plot quarter and expenses. Well, all right. Let's see how it if it's a upward trend or downward trend. Let's see. S will be quarter now. Let's just say we now call data frame 1. Let's see. Let's see data frame. I want to access this particular column. I'll do this data frame, my square bracket. You know how we access lists in list and dictionary, right? How we access our dictionary in Python. We use the dictionary key, the key value, key name now. That's what we are doing here now. Want to access this value, comma, then data frame. I want to access this other expenses. So expenses. Data frame 1. Sorry, data frame 1. That is why it's good to always use a shorter name to avoid all these kind of issues. So if I run this now, let's see what we have. Quarters problem somewhere. Quarters. Nothing like quarters. Is it correct? Quarters. What is wrong here now?
The arrow. Remove the arrow, or you add the arrow.
Okay, the arrow.
Yes.
All right. So let's run this. Now, I use in our chat. Now to show you that after the first quarter, because they increased my salary and I now have to increase my expenses. Good guys, it's true now, right? Of course, if they increase your pay now, it's like next month. Would increase the expenses? It increased now. I'm being realistic here now. If you increase your pay now, next month, of course, you add more things to yourself. Huh?
But it's not actually a must, actually. But sir,
But yeah, go
sir,
on.
I want to ask,
Ask.
how do you determine what is on the y-axis and what is on the x-axis?
Look now. Okay. Look now. I
Abi the
click
code just
on
decides what to
this.
put on the y-axis and what to put on the x-axis.
Very good question. In Python, in functions, we taught us what to call keyword arguments, right? Positional argument and keyword arguments, right?
Yeah.
So this particular argument is called positional arguments. Positional arguments. This particular function is being designed that this first value here should be your x-axis. This one here will be your what? Your y-axis. Now, how do I know that? Click on this function and press your shift and tab your keyboard. It will bring out this documentary for you. Look at it. Now look at how the thing is here. Look at the function here. This is it. The first position is the what? X. The next one is what? Is the Y. So this is the positional argument. Some are keyword. We learn keyword like where you specify the key, like X is equals to the value, Y equals to the value. But this particular one now is what? Is a positional argument where the first argument there should be your what? Should be your X axis. Second one is the what? The Y axis. But in some functions, you might want to specify the X. You can do X is equals to here, this, Y is equals to this. In some functions, in scatter plot does that. But let's see if it will work. Let's see if it will work. Let's see. See, it will not work. This one will not work. Why? Because an unexpected keyword argument X. This particular function does not expect keyword argument at all. I believe it see how those things we did now is now coming to play now. I see what we did in functions like not coming to play. We did a positional argument and we have keyword arguments. Now you can see that this particular function doesn't use a keyword argument. It just uses positional arguments. So if by any chance I now remove this one now, I now cancel this guy. I put it here. What are we saying now? I want this to be what our x-axis, right? This is what our y-axis. This our chart will now change. Sorry, this our I shouldn't have removed this code. Let me just put this one back and go to the next line. Sorry, let me just so you see the error. So that you see the error we had. It is the first chart, okay? The second chart. So we did X and Y here, which is not to be like, not to be so. X and Y. So we had the error. All right. Sorry, the quarters is not even the quarters, you see. Okay. Now let's change. Let's change the position now. You see that X and Y will change now. Let's see. Let's change the position. Move this one. Let's cut it. Thank God we all did Excel and Power BI, so you know what I'm talking about. All right, now you can see now that first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter is now here. Why these ones now are now on this x-axis, x and y-axis? You see the difference? You see it now. So these are, we have other charts, we have bar chart, we have histogram, we have our we still have our pie chart too and box plots. Those concepts are for our advanced class. So just be getting ready for that class. It's going to be interesting. All right. So any question before we go to Sibon? Any question, guys? Before we go to Sibon? Mohammed, are you there? Any question? Kavira, any question?
No.
No question. All right.
No questions.
All right. Okay. Matplotlib, I didn't add one, sorry.
Sorry, we can continue, but just a thought. Can we just, in what's it called? In Power BI and even in Power BI and even in Excel also. Can you hear me, sir?
Okay. Very well.
Yeah, in Power BI and even in Excel also, you could change the color as per, just make your visualization.
Exactly. You can do all those things. Yeah. Your blood is too hot. You can do all those things. Yeah.
And all those things must be done with code.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. And was all those things here. It's an advanced class. It's the advanced class. So we didn't have to bring everything. It's not in basic class. So you go and digest this code very well. Then get set for your advanced class. You have to format have to change put grid line self in this your chart. You can put grid line, yes. You can even give a grid line in this particular chart. A lot of things that you can do here. A lot. Remove this guy. I can change my color. I can put my ledger. I can do anything I want to do. But it must be with what? A code. So basically, Seaborn is kind of almost the same thing with Matplotlib. This is called Matplotlib. We have Seaborn. Seaborn is used for also visualization. It's kind of a more easier way to visualize a code, your data points in Seaborn, in Python. We have Matplotlib, we have Seaborn, we have Plotly. These three libraries are used for data visualization. All right, so let's conclude this. Scikit-learn. This for those that want to do machine learning in the future. Machine learning, the boss of AI. Machine learning. All right, scikit-learn. Now, what is scikit-learn? Scikit-learn is just like we have our libraries, NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib, is a Python library used for machine learning. It provides tools for training computers to recognize pattern, make prediction, and learn from data. That's a core data science tool. Scikit-learn, call it sklearn. It's also a library. You must also import it so you can use it. Okay. Its importance, it helps in building smart applications like the combination system, predictions, classifications, detections. All these are ways we use, the ways in which we use sklearn. It's called scikit-learn or sklearn. Scikit-learn, that's the library. NumPy too has a library. If you go to your Google and type NumPy documentary. Oh, I will send us the link in our platform. NumPy has its own library. Panda has its own library. Seaborn has its own. Matplotlib has its own. Even sklearn, which is your scikit-learn, they have their own libraries. All right, they have their own libraries. All right, so how can we import sklearn, scikit-learn? We do import the same way. Import SK is called sklen. Import sklen. This is it. Now we cannot use it, can't just use it anyhow. You must do something with it. I get me. Let's imagine now you want to build a model that will predict your expenses using this particular monthly salary feature. We use sklen for that. For what? Sklen for prediction. You have to what? After you visualize the data finish, after doing visualization, you now split it. Train on your tests. Use one for your training, one for your testing. That is a library used for machine learning problems, solving machine learning problems. That's basically what scikit-learn is. All right. Any question? I wish we can take an example of this machine learning, this sklearn, scikit-learn now, but it's not gonna be what to do here, because this particular libraries demands so many things. All right, guys, any question, please? I want to hear your questions, your confusion, your concerns. Let's ask, please. Ask all your
you have to show
questions.
us how to lift data from the Excel on Panda.
All right, how
Guess we
to
forgot.
okay in Panda. Yeah, even though it is an advanced class, but I will still show us here. First of all, I have to check if I have a file here. I have an Excel file. Look, I have an Excel file which is sales data. Now I want to import this sales data into Pandas, into Python. Now let's do that under Pandas. All right, under here, let's do that under Pandas. All right, now I will call a variable called df or anything. Let's say sales data. Sales data is equals to pd.read CSV. There are many ways of doing. We have read CSV. If it's a CSV file, okay, it's an Excel file. So I will do read Excel, not CSV. Read Excel. If it's a CSV file, you do read CSV. If it's Excel, you do read Excel. All right, are you getting me, guys? Okay.
Yeah.
No, we have Excel file, we have CSV file. Look at it here. Your read we have read clipboard. If you copy a table on your clipboard, you can read it into Pandas. Read clipboard, read CSV, read Excel, read FADA, read FWF. All these are file extensions. Read JSON, read HTML, read ORC, read PackQuest, read Pickle, read SAS, read SPSS, read SQL, read SQL query, read SQL table, read starter, read table, read XML. Oh, the ones we use mostly, we use these ones. This will read SQL. You can read the SQL table into your this thing. Read SQL. We read the CSV, read Excel, read JSON. Now let's read the Excel now. Read Excel. Read the Excel. Now you now call the file Excel file. Let's find it. I think it says data, right? Says data. Boo. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it now? Okay. Okay, I don't have any sales data here. Okay. I think I have other ones here now. I can just copy the ones I have here already. Let me see. I have other ones here already. So it's best to copy the file and paste it in your directory. I don't have any Excel file here. Let me go and copy it and paste. Sorry, excuse me. Let me go and copy it and paste sharply. Let me go and copy it and paste sharply. Copy. All right, I've done that. Okay, let's, you know, you copy it and paste. Now you copy it and paste that folder you're working on. Right? Are you getting me, guys? You copy it and paste it in that folder you're working on. Oh. Look at it now. I've copied and paste. Look at it here. All right, I close it. I now run. I run it now. Okay. Warning, ignore those things. All right, ignore. Let's do this. Now this is our Excel table. This table will contain just a channel key and channel name. This is just how to import table in pandas. Right? Any confusion, any question?
So where's the data if you want to access it?
This is it now.
Oh, it's just that.
This is it.
Okay. I thought it's a big data
This
set.
is-
Okay.
It's small one. I didn't import big data sets. I can copy big one and paste. Let me find big one and copy. Let me see. Let me see if I can copy find big one and let me just paste. Let me see this one.
And these
Let me copy this.
These things can all be done on VS Code also, but
Exactly. Yes, but I told you now, but not on PyCharm, because I told you that PyCharm has two. It has two types. We have Python for community, and we have Python for professionals. Community version does not allow you to install a Jupyter extension, but the professional version allows you to install Jupyter extension. Are you getting me?
yes, sir.
All right, so let's do that. Let's do this one. You see, big science, big data, CSV. Is it Excel or CSV? Is it Excel or CSV? Let me see. I think it's Excel. Malaria sovereignty. Okay, it's Excel. Okay, it's a CSV rather. CSV. So I'll have to now read CSV. I do malaria sovereignty. I load. I run it. This is it. That's 500 rows. But Python has a way of limiting what you will see. Then you now have your own power now to now start slicing out what you want to see. I want to see the first 20 rows. I do this dot head. What we call dot head 20 and run to give first 20. So all these things are what you learn in advanced Python. More of these things we learn in that. So basically, we are done with our class. I don't think there's anything I don't teach you in basic, but there are more to all we've learned. I've given you, the basic. It's your own place now to go and learn other one, practice and read more to be good with what we've learned. So expect your project on Monday. Any question, any confusion, any concern? So we just collect our decks before we call it a night. Mohammed, any question?
No, not any. Okay, sure.
Have you any question? Have you any question from you?
No.
Avira,
No.
Pachas, any question from you?
No, sir. No.
Eh?
No, for now.
All right. But any other question from any angle at all? All right. Since there's no question now.
Okay,
so you
when
guys
should we submit the assignment? What's the end of submitting the fourth assignment?
Your Sunday is
Because
the last day. Your Sunday is
Sunday.
the last day too. Sunday,
For
yes.
the group discussion,
Zed, your assignment now.
you gave us 4 assignments, right? 1 and 2 you are done. Okay, for me, I've submitted 3.
Yes.
But in our discussion, we are like a half of that assignment. And you send assignment 4 is for group work. So you see, we can't
Yes,
go
it's
to
for
4
group.
before we finish 3. So if you give us the deadline, I guess they'll push us more. So I just wanted to know. But Sunday is so near because we
Deadline
are
is on
half
Sunday.
the done one.
Deadline is Sunday.
Pardon?
Deadline is on Sunday. Deadline is
For
on
both.
Sunday. Yes, for both.
For both.
Yes, for both.
Okay.
All right. Another question. Call it a night, right? All
All
right,
right, thank you so
guys.
much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.